So even if you go for the quirky here, which we're kind of talking about, I think you're fine.
Nice.
Okay.
I mean,
Wow, this comp is all in.
It's an old school answer into Ezreal, and I mean, it's obviously still one that's used today.
Definitively going to take it to always be present on a side lane, and that's kind of oftentimes falling to the top laners in those scenarios.
Hang on. Meanwhile, a bit of a trade in bot. We must be looking there because Busio's in trouble, but we go back to the gank in top because Skumon looking for the flash, finds it onto Kana early. The Vault Breaker there, it's Matt. Flash for a flash, Skumon gets in and gets first blood. That's to kick the game off with as well. Both junglers are down here, but there are some control wards layering the pit for now. So maybe it's false streams. Skumon tries to get in position again. Busio takes a big chunk. Junglers are now here. Yike finds out and draws back in. Skumon takes it. Lebrov has to heal away. He's getting low, but lethal tempo for Han Solo while junglers are fighting it out. And Yike thinks, hang on a minute, man. In the 1v1, I'm getting dead
as well. Dragon now going to be started off. Casey should be aware of this. And this will allow Yike a small tempo advantage to clear through his topside jungle faster than, of course, Skumon is able to do.
Too much pressure for Casey to think about a return here.
Okay, so Grub's going to be secured as well. G2 controlling all of the early game objectives, and they now have a 2k gold lead. Most of that sitting on Broken Blade, but Skumon is right there next to him, and look at the camp difference. Like, Skumon has been powering through along with getting that first blood. It's Nash's Tooth completed. Nice spike for the Azir. G2 though don't want to give this up for free.
Okay, late engage, 2k. Weaver's Wall coming in from Caps on the flank, though. Booster gets out with a magical journey and isolated. Is this a hand? And Yike just gets popped back. Caps says, see you later, old buddy. As Yehu doesn't even think about committing. KC have lost the Dragon. G2 came in with the snatch and 3.5k now the lead after a brilliant pick coordinated well.
The anti-synergy between Busio and Yike. Yike goes up into the ult as Busio Zhonya's is the target and he wants to put
he wanted cannon! He wanted the cannon! And now buff it out Yehu! He's already in lethal tempo. It's a cease and desist for Yehu in the 1v1. I think he wins out the long con. Vault Breaker. Range
from Lebrov could have happened. So I think just the fact that there wasn't enough vision in River.
Oh, angle, pop blossom, it turns good though onto Yehu though. They need more engaged. Tempered Fate holds up KC as double TP comes in, and it's Skumon who sets up with the Vault Breaker, teleport in as well. It's getting messy, but Broken Blade has a backline angle. He snips Busio, flashes away his Caps. Can't reach at the back end. Herald might be an engaged one. That's KC.
G2, from this position with the ult economy, I think should be able to achieve their goal as Broken Blade just going to take that tower on Kana's face.
Kana's got a good shield though, and the rest of KC coming in onto the needlework. Broken Blade going to take on the world, and guess what? The world is watching. They're dying, in fact. Yike dies. Remember that deliverance was in the ground as G2.
But with the health advantage that they had gained, it was Broken Blade that chunks up Busio. It was him that forces Busio back to base.
They're on Soul Point, and this Kaza will get to play the game. Pop Blossom onto Busio. This is only a one-man, but into the ulti. Caps looking for the flick back, finds it. What coordination from G. Weaver's Wall uses like direct CC to launch someone, and then using the flick afterwards. It was very well played from G2.
Yeah, who's in trouble?
Okay, well, this time there's the point click you wanted to see. Dagda, that's how you kill him. All right, the drawback is good as Skumon knows he's dead. Ulti popped out as well. Now the deliverance is there. Yike looking for a second one. The flick back narrowly avoided. And G2 is still strong in these solo lanes, so Yike has to pay respect.
It ends up being a 1-for-1, but that tower is getting dangerously low. But here comes Kana.
He's going to have to pop the ulti. Caps has a flash available. He kites up first, waiting again, put the threat of volley down. He kites forward, then flashes Tempered Fate on the turret. No saving grace. It's invulnerable for the time being. And a W, Broken Blade saves his life, taking on the army. He doesn't get flicked. Rather, kites away, flashes down. Yike, he's not the one taking turret here. It's Kana. It's Broken Blade. It's Broken Blade. It's Broken Blade. LeBron looking for the follow-up as Busio runs for his life. There's the Blossom, there's the pop. We're looking for the auto. No, magical journey taken. Cosmic spiking. My God, let's just launch. As LeBron runs towards Busio, an auto, a Q, a kill goes down, and that was Broken Blade versus the whole of
that top tower. I don't think that that's how they expected to get it. Kana, the idea is great. You know that they just don't have the HP to stick onto this, but Yike has to close the gap, and that's the most important thing.
LeBron gets the final kill. I just don't know. LeBron is going to be found by a minion here, but Weaver's Wall comes out again. Smite down, LeBron gets bursted. Yike takes the kill.
G2 here.
Well, getting a bit of gold for KC. You talk about slowing the game, that's how KC.
But KC don't care, they just want the Dragon.
It's Lebrov in here, Tangle Barbs doesn't reach Busio on the wrong side of dodge. Broken Blade sets it up, Dragon may go down, but KC need to get the hell out of there. Skewmon sets his sights on Yike, who sets himself up to deliverance, but the Pop Blossom gets the back end of the fight, and Yike will not play anymore. Now for Broken Blade again, he's taking on 3 members, but this time he knows he can soar forward. Broken Blade looking for the passive stacks as Hansama hits him over the wall. Kana taking up for now as Caps base checks into melee. Damage is good from Kalist, but the problem is there's so many carries. Lebrov is looking for the back end. He pops the Starburst against Hansama. Ulti's in with the Killer Instinct. Kalist is still alive somehow, but Caps gets the Weaver's Wall in.
Comes in from behind, he turns his attention onto Yike, and then Broken Blade and Lebrov just so 4 members away. So they turn the meta. And this is a style that no one else in the LEC is playing.
That good journey hold, Tempered Fate dodged away from. Now Yike doesn't really have an angle. That Grim Deliverance is up and available for a re-engage. A flick back, he finally used it only onto one. Skewmon is the target. Taken down, Pop Blossom again though. Double trouble! Lebrov bounces down like a bubble. And G2 will run it up mid now for more gold in their pocket. A flick back onto Yahoo. He started being culpable, and G2 have started reading his mind.
There are games where I watch G2 have 14, 15, 16 kills, and Broken Blade is not involved. In this game, he got a gank, and he is taking over the game. This Gwen has been huge for G2.
KC thought that they had found a pick in the middle lane, but it was a long con as a nice flank is found by Lebrov. A beautiful ultimate connects onto 2 and sets up for G2 to run rampant once more. This Gwen is monstrous in the side lane.
Landing, I feel like all of these Ws, like Caps has been on point as well. Alongside the rest of G2 as playoffs is quite big. Skewmon, big mistake. He missed, he whipped, and now he has the cease and desist. He's out there with a Vault Breaker. Ultimate doesn't connect, but range, Skewmon, and still, no slow, no flick back, save the president. Okay, he's down. Now for the rest of the concave, KC looking for a chase, but look, Broken Blade is using scissors on a bit of concrete.
He's snipping his way through that bottom.
Committed, mid-wave is pushing in, bot wave is pushing in, they're not
Here comes Gwen!
But the pressure is there. Busio took a magical journey from hell. Oh my God, Tempered Fate on himself, but there's still a bit of needlework. Busio's dead, Yike got the tip hit as well, and the needle strike true. Pop Blossom, flash. Yeah, who's the next target? Hansama hook that ultimate to the back line as decimating smash onto Couch. It's flash. Winter is coming. KC have kind of left alive, but there is nothing he can do in the midst of G2.
KC took the one opportunity that they saw, but it is not enough. G2 rout them, and they will take the Baron.
My goodness, a quick trim off the top as Broken Blade starts that fight off with a monstrous play. Zero fear in his eyes. He flies it straight into the KC group. The Baron, a desperate attempt from KC, which is quickly thwarted. The Soul is available as well. I think Caps has already started that objective off. Skewmon's going to head over and help him now. But my goodness, I was expecting this series to be a close one.
He's turning a Tempered Fate. Okay, Gwen is immune. Wait for the third. Needle whack. Everyone, Broken Blade flashed on. Threat of return brings him back in. But in the 1v3, I'm scared. You're going to get that ulti down. That's good for Yike. But he gets flashed on Broken Blade. Close. The fact that he's Kana's able to deal with him, thought of.
Is he? Is he able to deal with
He's
him?
alive, Benny. He can't really stop the turret
He
pushing
can watch
that.
him.
Oh dear, okay. Well, that's half the HP just about gone from Kana. Open inhib in the mid lane as well. The speed up inhib down. Look at top. Top is dropping. And KC, they can't stop it. And so this is just a slow burn where G2 are going to find out how they can end this game. And KC are going to try and make their last stand at the next turret. Looking for Broken Blade yet again, but this has not really worked in their favor outside of that one kill top.
Maybe he's just going to reset and TP back in. G2, see the blood in the water. I think they want to end this now.
They do indeed. Lebrov, sneaky minion again. Pop Blossom gets 2 flashes and 1 setup of Yike. Yike will pop the ulti, but his grievance doesn't matter. Yike's running back to his base because he knows he's got to get out of there. Tempered Fate maybe to save him, I don't know, because the needlework finds him after the fact. And Broken Blade continues the onslaught. His needlework up as Skewmon fails to flash forward, but he's got GA. He can make a mistake.
Okay, Kalist.
Hansama's trying to stay alive as Kalist is hitting some damage, but Broken Blade is still at full HP. Gwen is immune again. No! I would not have done that. I would not have done that. Arcane shifting into Broken Blade is one way of using this guy's initials. Kalist just said bye-bye to game 1.
Okay, Kalist.
Cool combo, which means the Corki will by default be locked in for G2. That makes a ton of sense.
Okay.
Now, for those that don't know, the way that Seraphine's root works, if I remember my Seraphine knowledge, it is her E.
Yeah, Yike is going to start this dragon and actually take it with ease. Kalist and Busio, they're using that pressure in bot to open up the early Drake for KC.
Yeah, so
There it is.
They can look for the ult under tower.
Kalist going to send it, waiting, getting vision, waiting. No. Lebrov is the only one still in dodge. Skumond is now level 6 as well. He's got the Cataclysm. Flash, knock up there as well. The arrow comes out a moment too late. Kalist is dead to Skumond's well-timed gang. Meanwhile, we look towards the mid lane. Yahoo about to turn into a little egg, but Caps can't find the last shot. Yike here.
also in the area, has level 6. Sitting on a lot of gold, but he's not going to get that opportunity to spend.
Overheating auto attacks. Everybody knows that Equalizer down. Kana in danger. Justice punches him, flashes away. He's burning down. Broken Blade close to the minions doing the work for Kana. Steps up, gets a scrap shield. As he steps up to the next minion weight, Broken Blade, you cannot get hit by the range creeps. And Kana knows with one win the wall. He finds a kill, flashes, outplays, overheating, done Electro Harpoon, gets the slow. Kana under turret. Broken Blade almost dies. Kana's still alive. Both at 1 HP.
Kana's no mana.
We're doing it again.
Does he have
Broken Blade. No, he's not going to go on to
Broken
turret.
Blade has to leave because he knows that people...
In the grand scheme of things, I think you're still happy with the way this is going as G2.
No, Leandre's
Wait, that's a TP back from Rumble.
It is. He's just running into Busio. He's overheating again. He's frying it up. Encore saves the life as the ultimate comes through from Yike. That may have just done it, but Caps flies forward and secure the kill on Busio. Now for Casey, they've got to play the rest of the fight as the arrow connects. Broken Blade's down. Yike is next on the ground. Skumon in the Cataclysm and Aqua Prison. Safe and sound. That's what Casey thought when they initiated this fight. But Caps following up. Again, good damage. It's slow, but it's doing the job as Kana runs through his life. Aqua Prison again. Flag and drag. Kana will not escape this time. Kalist, the last one standing.
G2 had more members who could move to the fight, and they're still going to go.
Kalist stepped up to the wave. Big mistake, pal. It's G2, and they are unrelenting.
An unbelievable...
They're way too low for the show.
I mean, the enemy Rise has 3-0-1 scoreline.
That's also a
his
problem.
second mana item. Short-range composition should be super difficult to play against, especially with all the poke that you have. Oh, Skumond, has he overstepped? Ash Arrow?
There's a public execution. Encore flies through as well. Skumon at half HP, rooted up. Tidal Wave zoning out. Skumon flag and drags away from the wall. As you said, Betty, the call comes through in Yahoo.
To the jungle and giving these pick opportunities to KC.
Now the Ash Arrow combo into
Ambessa.
Ambessa.
Dodge the back flank though. Kana, two-man shield on Duran. And with Busio laying down the CC, Hunsummer is a dead man walking. Busio will die in the end. Kalist shielded out, but Kana with the angle and the security there as Rumwalk comes in. KC have already done the job. I don't think Caps can do much, but Equalizer proves me wrong. Yike hit pretty hard here as Caps, remember, fed level 12 rise. Can't under turret though. You might be surprised as G2 have enough damage to penetrate it.
But they tanked the tower a little too long. Kalist is basically forced out of the fight, and then G2 say, okay, let's keep this fight going. Good Rumble ultimate, good chase down onto Kana. Skumond arrives, and KC don't have any tools left to contest the respawn of the Dragon.
I wonder if you're worried though. Kana got the double kill there. Kana has the kills on KC outside of Yike. Gold is getting back into their favor as Caps are just chasing down his pop the Ghost. He's in a 1v2 with a health bar advantage, and now there stands an egg. Caps has put him into his own frosted misery as Yike is going to bring it on back, but shield comes out. Caps gets hold and flashes. That's Cap for you. It's winter, but not as you know it.
In a 2 versus 1, Caps finds the outplay, and now this game is really going as Casey is fighting back in the mid lane. G2 find ways to outplay a 5-0-1 scoreline for the man in the mid lane as Kana's now the target.
Well, Broken Blade is taking a lot of turret shots. That's nice. Busio's on the way. Kana has the damage, and with Busio there, you would have thought they'd follow up, but still a little bit scared.
G2 had the push in mid. We already had LeBron roaming down. They don't really feel comfortable going into the 2v3 potentially. Kana.
Do they have the damage? Flag and track. Well, maybe they do. Broken Blade sitting on the outskirts of the Cataclysm. Shield of Duran doesn't reach. Wins the war neither as well. Double knockup. And Broken Blade is shifting. But right now it looks like G2's controlling the flow. With Herald getting free charge in mid. Not many people there to defend as Inner might be a possibility.
The top side to get even more gold funneled into him. KC don't really have any other plays that they can look to make. That Ash Arrow always the
hesitation from KC.
Oi, big one.
Poke.
Really good. Flag and drag not there, just the drag instead. G2 Thinking about their angle, Kana happy to face check, but it's Caps again, the wall's out, Hansama goes back for the equalizer, beautiful! Skewmon jumps in with the encore, even better from Busio, into the egg, but it's still a 5v4 as Gallioldi's used to deflect. Caps in the way is Kana again, but look at the AP carries! Cap's gonna realm off, interrupted by an arrow. Busio and Yike running to the left, but Hans...
See if they can make this work now as Hans on mid-wave.
Angle's good. Hanzo is connecting these big ones, these big rockets as he gets out with the Valkyrie, flashed away from the public execution tidal wave just in case. But meanwhile, Kana has to ulti to escape. That grand exit is down as KC get a double beat drop. It's good, and encore onto Caps as well, but the equalizer, the hot pot. G2 have been to China. They know the taste. As who's the first to go down with a realm warp chase. You ain't out of dodge yet. The flames emit, and KC are getting a dose of reality as Jike goes against his old Eddie carry, but he will die to do so. G2 put him in the dirt again.
Every single fight, G2 just melts through KC. They tried to target Hansama, he flashes away, but then on the re-engage, the Jarvan Rumble combo, using his flash right there, and then at this point...
These games now, I mean, the setup of these ultis is crispy clean, and now minute 50, that dragon coming up. Dominate. Bro, okay, we're past that, let's catch up as... I don't think KC are arrow, dodge, auto attack, turret down, Caps.
Realistically all game long, like we haven't seen them come to fruition, and G2 now minimizing the map space that KC has makes it nigh on impossible for them to fish for these picks now.
Caps has been on a tear. I mean, it's another game. It's like the MKOI series where it's going to be hard to pick an MVP here. But G2 are on the final step here. Almost 10k gold lead. The big one connects. Kana goes for an engage. He finds himself Hansama with the cleanse out as well. Even with the charm, they'll finally take him down. It's a big moment for KC, but they need more. They need Caps. The King of Europe flashes over as Kana. He used the commit, but the hotbot out again. Even out the Cataclysm. The Galliol, it's good. But G2 has Skewmon with healing and a GA. They're backing away. KC have a free kill, and G2 have overstepped. Game still goes on. Someone kills Skewmon as KC get revenge.
And 20 seconds.
Regardless, arrows up and available. Dragon close, equalizer down. Maybe it's for the fight afterwards, but KC get the dragon and get out objective. When he gets that Zhonya's, if we're talking about playmaking that can negate G2, that's another tool we need to look towards. As arrow flies down, does it fly through? Yes. Broken Blade caught. Yike catches him. And now for Broken Blade to get out, he has to burn the flash. He equalizes down, but he needs support. Meanwhile, Hansama's found Kana on the back wing. Tidal Wave doesn't connect. G2 are looking to find a play off them committing for Broken Blade, but now he's flashless.
Still though, KC invested a loss, and G2 know it.
Cataclysm down onto Yike, flag and drag, Aqua Prison as well onto who's the next target. KC are separated here, Encore only onto 2, Caps was golden, and Caps unleashes hell. The shield, unreal as Broken Blade gets low as well, but look what's happening here. The egg is down, Yahoo was too far.
On his way out of base. I don't think there's a contest here from KC. No. They're going to be too late. They don't have the vision. They'll now spot that it's going down. Yike has ult to get over the wall, but does he have a tool to get through?
Hang on now.
Equalizer down, the wall is giant. Skewmon playing for the smite, and Yike takes it! I remember him as the smite king, and Skewmon gets scored, but the flag and drag re-engage was genius! Kana goes back on in, and Skewmon still survives. Kana on the back of the pick, can't get out. And now with the Realm Warp, KC is coming crashing down. Great encore, but we need Kalist to get the fight. He takes one, but Broken Blade on the back end is too much to handle. Tight as he may, Busio's dead, and Yahoo will be the only Baron to survive.
4 Barons gone. G2 with a dominant team fight once more. Yahoo doing his best to retreat as the top is getting pushed in. An inhibitor can maybe be secured. Caps and Skewmon on the hunt. They want to make sure that every Baron is taken off.
Seen, and he's out.
Yeah, it's Sue.
But Hans has no flash and no cleanse. That's the target for KC before you can try and take down the Rise.
The wall zone, Skewmon's the first target. Equalizer good again. Kalist sent to the back line, half HP. He's healed up as Kana TB's in, but Yike in the pit. Denies, stalls. That's the game for KC to hold it. Encore flies through on a Hansama, but he's too far away. Meanwhile, Gia's going to be Popper Caps in the middle of 4 people. Has to now carry, but you know he can. Again, Caps is still alive. It's a double beat drop down as G2 back and forth with the shielding. Unreal. The mid laner getting popped. He goes Zhonya's, so there's no Realm Warp, but Busio, the last man standing, and Caps is just too tall, too big, too much of the EU region to take down, and G2 in playoffs are just that good as Busio finally dies.
9-0-9. Caps demolishes KC. Caps takes down our first seed. And Caps punches G2's ticket to Barcelona.
We forget that this region might be G2 as Broken Blade walks away and the game might continue to go on. But this guy's at the head of it all. He'll take the bot turret and
More of these items.
Caps is naturally having a fantastic game.
Lebrov just face check, tidal wave used, but a public execution, an arrow. Lebrov cannot be making that kind of mistake. He's now dead even with Kalis, and the GA advantage means it gives another bullet in the chamber. Public execution found again, Lebrov. Kana pops the ulti, but Lebrov is down. But look at what Busio just did. Kana big shielded around as well. Yike, he's trying to bring the game on back, but KC have found the fight. Caps has got the kill on the back line, but he's at half HP. KC have infinite sustain. It's a hack right now, and they're back at full HP.
In the front to back, KC is coming out ahead. Yahoo is chasing after G2, who are on the retreat. They know that they don't have their jungler, so they have to make this Baron impossible. Broken Blade now the target.
Shielders around there, turret now down, trying to drop the beat as Busio flash away from Broken Blade. Kalis has got the slow and the damage to boot. Caps are slowed down. A shutdown, gentlemen. I see a shutdown. I see a
way behind KC. I do not think that they know.
The pings are going down. They're thinking he's somewhere there. Found onto Busio. Skewmon for the engage. Kalis flashes away. Cataclysm there, but Skewmon is separated from the team. He goes into GA, but remember, KC have heals. It'll be a 5 versus 4, and Skewmon cannot get out. Public execution used from Yike, but KC have the Dragon and Soul all for themselves.
Steal after steal after steal. Yike has kept KC within touching distance, and now KC may have just pulled off the
KC telling everyone watching that this series is not over just yet.
All right.
And then you're keeping people topped up for longer. Like, this is the perfect soul for KC.
You can play at those thresholds.
Important to recognize that Caps, his gold lead is massive. It's so big, in fact, that he had a full 6-item build, sold his Banshees, then bought a Death Cap. But I don't know if that matters. He knows that he needs more damage, but right now, can he actually gain access? Because the reason why Anivia is a counter to Ryze is because of where it's so much harder for G2 to play. And now with the Baron, they'll secure another tower, and they edge closer to the base.
4 members now standing in the river. The Anivia in mid lane. Yahoo's going to clear the wave while Caps has to rejoin the play.
Keep your eyes on Caps. He is looking for a flank. He knows that there's a ward there that can spot him out. If he can take out Kalis, then this game can be very different. That ward will see him. Yahoo going to be his mark. The Dragon dropping to about 70%.
Elder doing a bit of damage, 13k now. KC committing to it, just a little bit longer. Hansama steps up and Kalis spaces him. That arrow up and available to shoot out. Full vision onto G2. Caps, Mega Blast Cone, looking for an angle. 8k, still the AoE, the setup, the equalizer, beautiful. The health bars dropping, the Cataclysm of flash, and G2, no!
Strike again!
Stole the Elder again! Cap's gonna get burnt down. KC have the fight. Kana with his dying breath will find himself a knockup. G2 have 3, KC on 3, but Elder trumps all.
But the minions are in mid lane. KC are looking to go for the end. They can start the push. G2, a smite again, comes in to make the difference for KC.
With the back here as well, I mean, G2 are going to pull up one hell of a defense. KC are going to be confident. GA's available for mid for 80 carry. Kalis is doing so much damage. If he gets a free hit, this game goes to 3. Minions pulling in. Inhibitor turrets, rather Nexus, are vulnerable, but Hansama clears the way. He gets out of dodge. Last minion gone. Kalis doesn't care though. He's got shielding. 1 Nexus turret down.
Busio is happy to just shield the whole way through.
KC is unrelenting. The Rumble ultimate to try and stop the wave.
Hansama survives. He Valkyrie's out. 1 last minion and it's gone again. Over the bubble. Yahoo steps forward. Tidal wave though onto Kalis, but Broken Blade moment from getting executed. The Elder and Busio does it. The Seraphine sung her birth. Maybe last longer this
3
game.
seconds.
Caps up in 3. The defense One more wave. Elder's coming through. Buccio gets tunneled out.
The road
There's
walk.
the ult. And Cap ran in, but Charm. Buccio with the charm. Yeah, he's still alive. Buccio's down though. Into the egg. The Nexus is bare, but no one at KC is there.
But Casey should have seen the respawn timers. They stuck around thinking that maybe Galio could get in range. They stuck around thinking that with the Elder they could still win the fight, but the Realm Warp to give Skewmon the angle allowed him access onto the backline. They take out Kalist. The Baron is available. What is this game?
Yike is running for the base
Back
though.
door.
The ult from Kana is available.
actually going.
They have to go. Yike is legging this, but Kana will have to reset. They
on a
can't
walk.
be in two places at once.
He's on a ward, but he has the Elder. He has the Elder. You can see him shining grey. Found out by Caps. Now he's running away. Caps going to continue to chase down. Turns it for an ulti though. Onto Caps, good damage, but he still wants to end the game. Kana's going to ulti in. Grand entrance.
It's a base
Ban
race.
Access. Base race indeed, but G2 have an 80 carry. And Ban Access versus Ban Access. I think G2 just called KC. What a way to go to Barcelona as G2 have proven winter is here.
Unbelievable end to this game. A resilient defense from KC. They fought to the bitter end. A game that felt like they had finally brought back